Leo adjusted the thin collar of his worn-out shirt, the biting wind cutting straight through the fabric. The bus stop offered little shelter, and the flickering streetlights cast long, dancing shadows on the wet pavement. He checked his watch for the 10th time. The last bus was late, as usual. He wasn't just cold, he was tired, bone-tired from a 10-hour shift at the diner, washing dishes until his hands were raw. His dream of opening his own small restaurant felt more distant than ever, buried under a mountain of bills and responsibilities. Just then, a woman hurried to the bus stop, clutching a sleek leather briefcase. She was dressed in a sharp, tailored business suit that, while elegant, offered no protection against the sudden cold snap. She shivered violently, her teeth chattering as she wrapped her arms around herself. Leo watched her for a moment. He didn't have much, but he had a jacket. It was old and faded, but it was warm. Without a second thought, he shrugged it off. "Here," he said, holding it out to her. "You look colder than I am." The woman looked up, surprised. Her eyes, sharp and intelligent, softened with gratitude. "Oh no, I couldn't," she started to protest. "You'll be cold." Leo just smiled, a genuine warm smile that reached his eyes. "It's nothing. I'm used to it. Please take it." Hesitantly, she accepted the jacket, slipping it over her shoulders. The warmth was immediate, a welcome relief from the relentless chill. "Thank you," she said, her voice sincere. "I'm Amelia, by the way." "Leo," he replied, tucking his freezing hands into his pockets. They stood in a comfortable silence for a moment, before the bus's headlights cut through the darkness. As they boarded, Amelia insisted on paying his fare, a small gesture of thanks. They found seats near each other and began to talk. Leo, usually reserved, found himself opening up to this kind stranger. He spoke about the diner, the endless stacks of dishes, and his quiet, persistent dream of cooking for people, of creating a place where good food brought comfort and joy. He described the menu he had planned in his head, the rustic decor, the feeling he wanted to create. Amelia listened intently, her gaze never wavering. She didn't offer empty platitudes or dismiss his dream as a fantasy. Instead, she asked thoughtful questions about his business plan, his target audience, and his biggest challenges. Leo was amazed. It felt like he was talking to a seasoned mentor, not a stranger he'd just met. He felt a spark of hope ignite within him, a feeling he hadn't experienced in a very long time. As her stop approached, Amelia stood up. "Leo," she said, pulling a business card from her briefcase. "I want my jacket back, but not tonight." She handed him the card. "Call this number tomorrow morning. I want to talk more about your restaurant." Leo looked down at the card. It read, "Amelia Hayes, CEO, Sterling Ventures." He stared at it, dumbfounded. Sterling Ventures was one of the biggest investment firms in the city. The woman he'd given his old jacket to was a CEO, a powerful one at that. The bus doors hissed open, and Amelia smiled. "A kind heart is the best investment, Leo. Don't forget to call." With that, she stepped off the bus and disappeared into the night, leaving Leo holding a card that felt like a lottery ticket. The next morning, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and excitement, Leo dialed the number. He was put through to Amelia's office almost immediately. She was just as warm and direct as she had been the night before. "Leo, I'm glad you called. I wasn't just being polite. I believe in your vision. My company specializes in helping promising entrepreneurs get started. We see potential where others don't." She invited him to her office to present his idea formally. Leo spent the next week in a frenzy of preparation. He wrote and rewrote his business plan, refined his menu, and practiced his pitch until the words were etched into his memory. He walked into the Sterling Ventures skyscraper feeling like a fish out of water. The lobby was all glass and steel, a world away from his tiny apartment. But when he met Amelia, she greeted him with the same kindness from the bus stop. She introduced him to her team of analysts and advisors. Leo spoke from the heart, his passion for cooking and hospitality shining through every word. He didn't just present a business plan, he painted a picture of a community hub, a place of warmth and connection. The investors listened, captivated not just by the numbers but by the story and the man telling it. When he finished, the room was silent for a moment. Then, Amelia smiled. "Leo," she said, her voice filled with conviction. "Welcome to Sterling Ventures. We're going to build your restaurant." Tears welled up in Leo's eyes. It was happening. His dream, which had felt so impossible just a week ago, was finally within reach. The next few months were a whirlwind. With the backing and expertise of Amelia's firm, Leo found the perfect location, renovated the space, and hired a small, dedicated staff. He named the restaurant The Stop, in honor of the place where his life had changed forever. On opening night, the restaurant was buzzing with energy. The air was filled with the delicious aroma of Leo's cooking and the sound of happy chatter. Amelia was there, sitting at a corner table, watching with a proud smile. Leo walked over to her table, holding a familiar faded jacket, now cleaned and neatly folded. "I believe this is yours," he said, his voice thick with emotion. Amelia laughed, her eyes twinkling. "Keep it, Leo. Let it be a reminder that a single act of kindness can change everything." Leo's restaurant became a beloved neighborhood institution. People came for the food, but they returned for the warmth and the feeling of community that Leo had created. He never forgot the lesson he learned on that cold night, that true wealth isn't about what you have, but about what you're willing to give. His simple offer of a jacket had not only saved a stranger from the cold, but it had also ignited his own future, proving that kindness is a currency that always pays dividends. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think of Leo's story? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories. We'll see you in the next one.